from me, and I wanted you to know what they've been through.
Yes, I can appreciate that. All right, the panel wants to make a statement.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Mr. Walker.
Yes.
All right, People versus Walker appearances.
Good morning, Your Honor. Dion Benjamin.
And good morning, Your Honor. Kellen Davis for Mr. Walker, the president of
Good morning,
request and his defense on his
It
own
does
personally,
list
and he has been in
line
custody
19,
for
which-
nearly 5 years with the inability to earn money. So we'd ask the court in the interest of
Well,
justice
you
to stay
will have
with
the
us,
opportunity to work in
and
prison.
the protective order has remained in effect. And I just want to renew that request. And
Amount of time and pain that that family has gone through regarding this case, I think, and they have told me they are going to respectfully decline to make a statement to the court.
So YouTube family, if you guys don't know what's going on, the killers of Pop Smoke have just received a 29-year sentence. Now we're about to start this show the right way. Before we start, I need you to smash that like button, hit the notification bell, but in the meantime, give me my theme song.
I've been broke so many times, I don't know what to believe. Mama say it's my fault, I wear my heart on my sleeve. Think it's best I put my...
So basically the situation with Pop Smoke went a little bit deeper. Now Corey Walker, one of several men who have done this to Pop Smoke. You got Jaquan Murphy, Keandre Roger, and Corey Walker. And you also have this buddy over here who got released last year, and he was talking a lot. Now all of them were under the age of 18. I don't want to say it for the algorithm, but they were under a young age where they could alleviate the problems and not be in a serious mess. And it was unfair to a lot of people. But unlike them, Corey Walker would not get the same strength. Now, what happened to Corey Walker is he got 29 years. He got sentenced right away. Now, he was the final defendant convicted in the fatal 2020 shooting of Pop Smoke. He appeared in a Los Angeles courtroom Friday and apologized for his role in the rapper's death before receiving a 29-year sentence. Now, before I continue with my commentary, I am going to play what he had to say and let you guys, you can read this article as well by pushing pause, but listen to the actual live footage with the Law and Order footage that we're getting this receipt from.
yes.
All right, People versus Walker appearances.
Good morning, Your Honor. Dion Benjamin.
And good morning, Your Honor. Kellen Davis for Mr. Walker, the president of custody.
Good morning, Hillary Williams for the people. It does list that line 19, which is with respect to count 5, and line 21 with respect to count 3. I have amended by interlineation the agreement to read that it will be the midterm of each of those counts, which, as the court has indicated, is 6 years as to each count. But again, does not change the time of the sentence, which remains 29 years, because count 5 and count 3 will run concurrent.
Right. All right.
Now, if you don't know what happened, he got sentenced to 29 years, and you should have looked at his face because he wasn't even the shooter. He just was the master planner, which you should get a lot of years. But the fact that the other guys who actually eliminated Pop Smoke didn't even get over 4 years or 5. They're home already, and some of them are coming home as well. So they're chilling and relaxing. Meanwhile, you're doing 29 years, not 28, 26, 24, 29 total years. And a lot of people don't believe it was long enough. Now, Corey Walker, 24, had pleaded guilty to voluntary manslaughter and home evasion robbery with a gun and gang enhancements at a hearing 2 weeks ago. Seated at the defense table in an orange gel uniform, he said he was deeply remorseful for driving a group of juveniles to the rented Airbnb where the rising rapper Born Bashar Jackson was pistol whipped and shot 3 times with a Beretta 9mm semi-automatic pistol in the pre-dawn hours of February 19, 2020, 5 years ago, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Pop Smoke family did not attend this trivia ceremony, meaning this scandalous situation with the justice not really applied, in my personal opinion. To me, if this was Florida or anywhere in the South like Mississippi, these guys all would get life no matter the age. But in California, the laws are very liberal, so as long as you're under the age of 18, you can pretty much get away with anything in California, which is very wild to us. But listen as the state would explain how Pop Smoke family choose not to come to court.
Request and the protective order has remained in effect, and I just want to renew that request. And
The amount of time and pain that that family has gone through regarding this case, I think, and they have told me they are going to respectfully decline to make a statement to the court, but I do want the court to know that the devastation that this family has gone through, the impact it has made on their lives, it is really insurmountable. And I've had many conversations over the last 5 years. Mr. Jackson was murdered in February, as the court knows. And we have now, 5 years later, the times I have spoken to them have been very, very difficult for them.
Yes,
Now, Corey Walker would get up there and he would explain to the family, even though they weren't there, he wrote a letter to them and he would say how much very sorry he is. And this is the speech he wrote to the family.
For me, and I wanted you to know what they've been through.
yes, I can appreciate that. All right, comments, next statement.
yes, please, Your Honor. Thank you.
Sure.
Today, as I, Corey Walker, stand before you in court today for sentencing for my unforgettable consequences. Even though the Jackson family isn't here in court today, I would like to sincerely apologize for my unforgivable actions. Although there's no apology that amounts to the taking of one's life. Also, I would like to take this opportunity to apologize to my family for the pain and embarrassment that they have endured over the last 5 years, as well as an apology to my community. I would like to thank my lawyers for helping me avoid a much more harsher punishment. Today, I take responsibility for my dreadful partake in these crimes, and as I begin my road to rehabilitation, I assure you that I will steer clear from negative behavior. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, a lot of you guys are wondering, how did it even get dropped like that? Well, under his plea deal, Corey Walker murder charge was dropped in favor of the manslaughter charge, which I think the state didn't care about Pop Smoke family, because no real state prosecutor would drop certain charges when you have unlimited amount of evidence against said killers. Now, let's continue forward with this. Now, looking at it and all this being dropped, Walker was not the only adult charged in the case. 3 of his cohorts convicted in juvenile court were 15, 16, and 17 years old at the time they stormed Jackson's rental home wearing masks. Jackson, 20, was ambushed while taking a shower, according to testimony, which is even more creepier. How did they know he was taking a shower at that time unless someone inside the house furthermore gave the drop and told them now it's time to bum rush the area? But that's just my personal opinion. Now, he admitted that he and others sold Jackson stolen Rolex. That was the 17-year-old accomplice. They sold a Rolex for only just $2,000. That's how much life was worth to these assailants. Now, I want you guys to listen to a man that I love and respect a lot, Mr. Wallow from the Gilly $1 Million Worth of Game show. he is going to give his synopsis on how he feels about these dudes, these hoodlums, murking people for nothing and getting rid of lives, unfortunately. This is Wallow, ladies and gentlemen.
And I'm not built like that to go kill no black man. I'm not built like that. I'm not designed like that. I'm not tough like that. I'm not ruthless like that. I'm not heartless like that. That's just not me. And my worst fear in the history of life, I don't give a how I die, I don't care what happened. But if a black man kill me, you're gonna hear my scream until life ends for everybody. You're gonna hear my pain. My tears is gonna flood the ghettos of America. I don't care about nothing else. But don't let me go out like that. So I said to myself, I ain't built like that. Well, I want you dead because I don't know. Listen, I don't know what happened that night, why it happened. Only thing I know is my brother got shot. He ran into my grandma's house. He opened the door. He died in my arms. I ain't built like that to see nobody else go out like that. I ain't built like that. I ain't cut like that, Shannon. I'm just not, I ain't designed like.
Man, I feel Brother Wallow. I'm not built like that either, bro. And I grew up in these neighborhoods where it's hard to even make it out. So I don't listen to people excuses anymore. They tell you when you come from these slums, you're supposed to relate to these guys more. And I do relate to them, but I never will relate to you taking a weapon utilized to rob somebody, someone who has worked hard for their possessions, and you think because you need it, you are entitled to a right to take it from them. And you don't only take this, you take the individual's life. No, I can't respect that. 29 years is far too little for taking someone's life. I believe in the scripture, an eye for an eye. It's truly a sad day when you hear scumbags only take $2,000. I mean, I know it's no money can equate to a life, but really $2,000 at these guys' age of 15, 16, and 17. I was working and hustling back in the days, meaning getting money the legal way. Even if it's illegal, you don't hurt anybody, you don't rob anybody. I will stick by that until I'm in my own casket. Knock on wood. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm DJ Bless One, the best one, and I had enough of this, and I'm ashamed by California court systems. How can we enact change when we're basically giving participation awards to young guys who decide to pick up the weapons and hurt other people? I do believe the life sentence should have been enacted on every single individuals who participated. Hell, I even believe in the death penalty, but many people might disagree with me. It is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm DJ Bless One, the best one. Love your family, love your kids, and truly indeed stay blessed. Peace.